Hey, my name is James Nicholson and welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, we're going to talk about house prices are up, but it might not be as good news as you're expecting. You see, there's a big difference with how much house prices have increased at the moment, and also some very telling information with asking prices that could indicate that the house price market is looking to shift significantly over the next few months. So before we jump into this, if you're new round here and you haven't done already, do subscribe to the channel over there and hit the bell notification. We have new content every day on house prices, on mortgages, on investing in property, and much, much more. And while you're here, smash like, tickle like, do something to that like button. That really helps us with the YouTube algorithm and helps the channel grow. So thanks to everybody that does that. So we're going to talk about Rightmove. We've already had a little conversation about this earlier in the week, but we want to go into a bit more detail on this because I think what some people might have missed is this data really could indicate a big shift in the market. You see, what's happening right now is asking prices are up, but they're significantly lower or not going up as quickly as they should be for this time of year. So I want to delve into the data and see what we can get from this. And what's interesting is whenever I talk about Rightmove data, I'll always get someone in the comments saying, who cares? It's asking prices. I'll tell you why we care about asking prices. We care about asking prices because they indicate market sentiment. We can understand earlier than before we get sold prices how sellers are feeling. Are they feeling they need to price aggressively? Because when we see a property downturn of any sorts, it starts with asking prices. That's the first part of the market that has to turn in order for house prices to drop. And that's why it is important to look at this data source with an objective lens on and say, okay, what's going on in this market and what could it indicate to us going forward? And that's what I want to talk about. So asking prices are up month on month, and they are up 0.3%, which isn't insignificant. That means on average, each house is up £1,199, which is a nice little bonus for a lot of people that own property. Now, the average asking price is $371,958. Now, that's significantly higher than the average sold price. And that's because you will get some bigger properties that are on Rightmove that will be in this average that just sit around for a long period of time. £10 million houses. If you've got a lot of those in the area, that's going to bring up the average significantly. And they can sit on the market for years at that end of the market. Now, why is this data something that we maybe should be concerned about? I'm not saying definitely house prices are going down, but there are some signs here. And so typically in October, you would expect asking prices to go up. On average, they go up 1.3%. So what this is showing us is that sellers are pricing more realistically, and they're not putting up asking prices as they normally would at this time of year because they want or need to sell their houses. Now, wanting to sell a house is important, right? They want to sell it. They want to get the transaction done. They need to price it effectively. When you get someone that needs to sell a house, maybe they've got mortgage arrears, maybe they've lost their job because of the economy, that's when the market can really turn, and those people will price a lot more aggressively because they need the sale done and they need the money in the bank. So typically we're seeing a 1.3% this month, this October, 0.3. That is a big indication. Now, there's also an influx of properties on the market at the moment. We're at a 10-year high. A 10-year high for new listings. That's interesting. That means that what's changed? Well, two things could have changed. One is the interest rates dropped in August. And it could just be that people that have sat out the market have now decided, right, I'm going forward and I want to actually do a transaction now. But it also could be people that have fallen off the 1%, 2% mortgages that have had to remortgage at 3, 4, 5%, or maybe 6%, depending on their equity and their credit rating, and it's just not affordable anymore. That is interesting if that could be the case as well. Right now, we don't know. We need a few months' data. The point of looking at this and analysing it is just to think, what could be happening in the market? Well, sales are up. That's interesting as well. So we've got more listings, but we've also got a lot of sales to back those up. So we've got 29% more sales at the moment. So what we're seeing here is activity in the market is strong on both sides. We've got more listings, but we've also got sales to back it up. That's keeping house prices where they are right now, and meaning they're not dropping or crashing right now. But it could change very, very quickly. We've got a budget next week that is, unfortunately, maybe not going to be particularly good news for landlords or anyone. There's lots of different categories of people that could see Labour's budget is particularly bad for them. That could stop some new buyers coming into the market. We've now got 10-year highs of stock listed. If suddenly something happens in that budget next Wednesday, and then off the back of that, we start seeing less properties, less buyers coming into the market, suddenly all these extra listings could start getting reduced and the market could change quite quickly. That's why we want to keep an eye on this data, and it's why the Rightmove data is useful. It is an early indicator. So what else is going? Well, look, there's 29% more sales. Right now, there's 17% more buyers. So there is buyers in the market, which is helping with these sales. But any moment, if that changes, let's just say the interest rates keep going up. Let's just say after the budget, it's terrible news. The markets react badly. Interest rates go back up. Mortgage rates, I'm talking about the rate that you or I get, goes back up to 6% or 5.5%. That's going to slow down the market again, and it's going to stop buyers coming into the market. And we've got all these listings over here that need selling. That is when the market could turn. And so it's worth keeping an eye on this. If you're a buyer, it could be a good opportunity for you, because if you're all okay with the rates being more expensive and you can afford the property you want, maybe there's going to be some bargains out there for you. And in all these listings, there will be some bargains. There will be some sellers that will negotiate more aggressively than others. There will be someone that's selling a house for 200 grand that will only sell for 200 grand. But on the flip side, there'll be someone that will sell it for 175 if you can move quickly. So as a buyer, you want to start looking at what are the benefits of you being a buyer. Have you got your mortgage approved? Are you a cash buyer? Are you not in a chain? Think of all these things. Present these to the sellers. Present these to the agents, because that will give you an advantage over other people and get you the best opportunities. So look, Rightmove data is definitely worth keeping an eye on. And I think more so now because it is a pivotal time in the market. Right now, we're on a knife edge. We've got buyers matching up with sellers. The market activity is higher. There's significantly more stock in the market. All it's going to take is something to spook new buyers coming in the market, and you could start seeing house prices going down. But vice versa, if interest rates came down again and mortgage rates started going down again, you could get more buyers back into the market, and that could bid up the prices again, and off we go, and this is all forgotten about. But it is worth keeping an eye on the data, and I think this is really a very pivotal few months, and we've got to keep an eye on this stuff. Let me know your thoughts, questions and opinions below. Do smash like, do subscribe, do check out all the other content on my channel, including this video right here.